And then if you can't wait around for deep breathing, you know what you can do?
Give me 1 second, please.
You can go to his short videos and enjoy some nature and just chill with some deer, some beautiful birds. There is this one, he's showcasing a woodpecker.
Saying hi to a friend.
But I heard, because if you just kind of...
I'm saying hi to our friend.
You enjoy the woodpecker.
Dolly.
But if you listen...
Phoenix and Fireside.
You hear what you hear. And I will always know the sound of a cardinal. I always recognize the song of a cardinal. And I can hear it in the background. And it touched my heart. And I could feel it. And I just listened. So it's a beautiful, you can just experience it. Same thing with my friend Stahl's Blues, you guys. If you go to Stahl's Blues.
All right. I apologize. Just wanted to spend some time. I noticed that she was live right when I clicked the go live button for me. And I really like Phoenix Fireside's channel. I like her live streams. So I wanted to give a little bit of support, as we do, as we all do, you know. We are here to help each other. We are here to serve each other. So let me bring up the desktop and we'll catch up. Songahan, how are you, my friend? Willow is here. Let's see, Squirrel Sniper is here too, right? Ashutosh says, remember? I do remember. And back to support you. I appreciate that, my friend. My exams are finished. How'd you do? Sampras, greetings everyone. Pepe says, hola amigo. Venopala Village food. Herada. It's about as much as I can get. But I knew you from Village Food. Welcome. I appreciate you being here, my friend. What's up, Eric LaPointe? Eric, how are you feeling? I know you said you were under the weather just a little bit. Willis says, how are you, Yogi? I'm pretty good. Just did my own breath work right before I went live. Spent a little bit of time on Jesse Pollack's channel, thanking him for the inspiration that he gives. Not just, you know, not just workout wise. Jesse's authentic, and he built himself up emotionally, physically, and spiritually from scratch, and he's given back, and he's doing it on his terms. And I really appreciate that about him. Hey, Marie. Let's see. A friend Selena says, hello, good morning, Eric. Hello, Selena. How are you, my friend? Selena says, so to everyone in chat. Selena, you helped make my own morning very magical. Thank you so much, my friend. Fritz says, hello, Yogi sir. Hello, Praveen. How are you? Eric is 95% better now. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Song Ahead says, Jesse is real. Yeah, you're right about that. Praveen says so to Erica Point and Selena. Selena says how to Squirrel Sniper. See for yourself says, hey. Hey, see for yourself. Leo is here. Wishing you a great day, Brother Yogi. You too. Tomorrow. Leo's birthday, guys. If you see Leo cruising around the YouTube street, make sure you say happy birthday. How much more recovery time? Cypress saying hi to everyone. Maria says, in 5 minutes, I'm going to go edit. What are you going to edit? Green says, so to Sniper. Sniper says hi to Marie. C4 says, I'm a computer science professor. Nice. That is way beyond me. Nothing but respect, my friend. Sniper says, greetings to C4. Bola says hi to all. Tina says, so to Eric Point. And to Willa. Leo the champ. Leo is the champ. Amazing. Amazing what all of you guys, all of you, I said use. All of yous. It's like I'm from New Jersey or something. Or New York. Leo says, thank you for that, Yogi. Absolutely. I was just going to talk about you. It's amazing what you've been able to do in the course of a year. Every single one of you guys. Willis says, how's it been so far, Yogi? It's been good. It's been a good day. I was thinking Selena and Maddie really gave me a magical morning, early morning. Just so much love. Um, Tipa says, C4, yourself, what's your thoughts on living within a simulation, virtual reality? Cena says, hey, Betty, I didn't see you come in. Pre-retirement days, hello. Thank you for saying hello to Betty. Otherwise, I might have missed her. How's your day been? So how was the gym, Willow? He says, I don't know what I'm going to edit. You'll figure something out. C4 hasn't given that much thought. Tina says, Eric, good point. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better now. Eric says, thanks, Selena. I appreciate that. Praveen says, Jay Hind, C4, yourself. C4 says, sometimes I do get the deja vu about living in a simulation. Marie says, all of you, it just came out that way. I don't know why. Marie, how long have you been hanging out? Are you really surprised at anything that I accidentally stumble over when I attempt to speak? I did say use, all of yous. C4 says, Jahin Praveen. Cena waves at Praveen. Hey, Kat. Kat says, hey, Yogi, let's talk about that gap. Let's talk about that gap. Hey, Carl. C4 says, awesome to meet you, Squirrel. Praveen says, awesome live. Thank you, Praveen. So we're going to talk about the gap. Just a minute. Let me catch up with Willow. Good. I stopped a fight. Well, good for you. Just said they were going to hit, so I just said get a grip, and they were trying to get at me. I just said take it outside. This is gym and not a fighting place. Good for you. Way to stand your ground. And it was just weird. It does seem weird. It's nice to see you, Carl. So, the gap. The gap is an expression, because truly it isn't a gap. It's all pervading. It's all that is. It's actually reality. It is silence. Remember, Herman Melville said silence is the only voice of God. However, we have so much clutter, so much thoughts. Let's get back to the gap in 1 minute. Our friend C4 asked if I could read who's about. And I do. First off, C4, I need to hit that subscribe button. And there we go. Welcome to See For Yourself, your hub for fun and engaging learning. Hi, Advaita. Advaita actually means knowledge. Hare Krishna, and this channel is dedicated to simplifying computer science and engineering concepts for everyone. Hare Krishna, my friend. What we cover, operating systems, microprocessor, data LOT, machine learning, data analytics, Python, image processing, computer networks, packet tracer, theory of computation, C programming, with C++, chat, PT tricks, spiritual motivation, and more. Man, you have me with that spiritual motivation, my friend. Why join us? Weekly live questions and answers, easy to follow tutorials and real world examples, a mix of technical learning and spiritual growth. That sounds awesome. Deepak Chopra has a new book on artificial intelligence for spiritual growth. Join our community. Subscribe now and hit the bell to never miss an update. Connect on Facebook and Telegram. Let's see for yourself the power of knowledge. Start your journey today. That is pretty awesome, guys. I hope you do hit the subscribe button, and I hope that you hit that bell so you get every single notification. I love that mix of technology and spirituality. Thank you for coming in. Before says done, like the sub. Advitra means the sun. Nice. Hats on a Mission says, and I'm back. Welcome back. Appreciate you being here. Will says, after you do that, Yogi, I have a question, but you finished what you were saying first. I'm in no rush, my friend. Gotcha. Carl says, I don't get notifications. I hear some people don't for some reason. My cat is back, driving me crazy. So we use the term the gap as an expression to fall in between the thoughts. So when we're meditating, you have a thought, you have the mantra. Mantra, 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 right? You're repeating the mantra effortlessly, easily, and you find you have a thought. It could be random, it could be something that happened during the day. Hey, Lucy. And in Tibetan Buddhism, it's called Shenpa, which means hook. That thought hooks you, and away you go. And then you're sitting there, you're daydreaming, or you're pondering, or you're thinking about, did I do the dishes today? Did I leave the oven on, or whatever? And you realize, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be thinking the mantra. So you come back to it effortlessly and easily. And then you think mantra, mantra, mantra. Somewhere along the line, you slip into the gap, that space in between every single thought, every single word. It exists between the mantra and the thought, and you slip into it. But here's the thing, you never know when you're in the gap, because the gap, because it's all pervading, because it's not a thought, there's no feedback. You just know something's happening, and you only recognize that when you come out of the gap and you think, all right, something different, not my everyday ordinary mode of being, just happened. Don't get caught up in it though, because now you're thinking about the gap, and now you're trying hard to get back into the gap, and it becomes a distraction. It'll happen on its own. It'll happen every meditation. You might not notice it, but it happens. The more you dip into the gap, the more you come out. We can liken it to, there were certain Native American tribes that would dye a cloak, a piece of canvas with no color, and they would dip it in a vat full of red dye, and they'd pull it out, and they would notice nothing. So they dip it back in, they pull it out. They dip it back in, they pull it out. Eventually, they start seeing color, just a little bit, faintly. Over the process, over and over and over again, eventually, that cloth becomes the solid color of what they wish to dye it. That's us. We're dipping into the soul. We're dipping into our beingness. We're dipping into reality. Reality is patient. It's loving. It's all abiding. It's unconditional. So every time we dip into that gap, we come out a little more of that, a little more of that, a little more of that. Trust the process that has been going on literally for thousands of years. Don't second guess. Don't think, I'm never going to get this, because it's thinking that got us into this mess. It is meditating. It's being patient. It's being kind. It's forgiving. It's doing breath work that's going to get us out of this mess. So that was it. That's the gap. Hats on a Mission. How are you? Tina says, Hats on a Mission. I'm Tina. Nice to meet you. Willow says, oops, sorry guys, I missed that. Hey, Boston Strong. Flavor in the chat. I'm new here. Welcome. It's nice to see you. I'm verified. Nightmare. Oops. Chanting the mantra together with the breath leads to transcendental vibrations of the mantra. Nice. We did a little bit of that the other day. We did the Soham mantra breath meditation. Frenchie says, "Hey Yogi, hey Frenchie, I'm seeing you all over the place today. You're such an awesome supporter of so many people. I mentioned that the other day." Cena says, "Carl Shell, that happens to me too. It's so annoying." It is. So let me get back up here. Willis says, "After you do that, oops, I've read that." C4 says, "Wrote four books so far. Nice, awesome. What are the books? Feel free to drop links for your books. Feel free to drop links for your channel or particular specific videos that you want to bring attention. Something like my videos are in Hindi. That's okay. Maybe I'll use dubbing features. That'd be nice. What's up, Lucy? Official name is Avicha Tandon. I'm on LinkedIn as well. Bo says, "How are pets?" My pets, my cats. Let's see. Star Souls is here. Says hello. Hello, my friend. Let's take care of a few things real quick. Soul Stars to make it easier to connect, and C4 to make it easier to if you want to connect to some people. It's nice to see you, my friend. Carl says, "I know Selena, that's why I go live." Selena says hi to Frenchie. Nightmare says, "It's me, sir." Hey, Nightmare. I meant the cats. Well, the cat knew you were this cat knew you were asking about him. Her just came in. Nightmare says, "C4, why is name bold?" Let's see. And C4 says, "I'm verified, sir. I am verified Nightmare. Over 300K subs. Wow. That is impressive. I have a friend. That's her wish. She really, and she deserves it. She really wants to be verified. That's our friend, Lover Toy Pops. She's on her way. She's almost at 40K subs now. She will be at 100K soon. And then, so it's over 300K, right, to get verified? Cena says, the Gap needs to think on this concept more. Well, you could think on the concept, you could think about the Gap, but you'll never experience the Gap unless meditation, breath work, other means as well. But the thing is, the Gap is the beyond experience because it is thing that allows things to be experienced to begin with. It's beyond concepts because it is that which allows concepts to appear. Nightmare says, "Well, a celebrity." Hey, Jim Rat. Jim Rat says, "Jokester, what's up, my friend?" What's up, Jim Rat? Nice seeing you over at Jesse's. Nightmare says, "Hey, Selena. I'm just a computer science teacher, Nightmare." Well, but you're also very successful on YouTube, and that's it's a pretty big thing. Not only that, you're doing what you love to do, computer science teacher, and you brought it to YouTube, and now you've been very successful with it. Congratulations, my friend. Boston Strong says, "So everyone in the chat, I've read that, but I'm going to repeat it. Nice to have you here." Hey, Mary. Mary is here. Says, "Watching commercials. Thanks, much appreciated." Sniper says, "Greetings to Boston Strong." Selena says, "Hi to Boston Strong." Hello and welcome. Willa says, "Hope all is good." I hope all is good with you too, Willa. Memory says 300K is insane. C4, congratulations. C4 says, got to go now, Eric. Thank you so much for coming in. Much appreciated. C4 says, thanks, Nightmare. Hey, Timo. Timo is here. C4 says, thanks, Squirrel. There we go. There's C4's channel, guys. We can add to that total. 300,014. We can do it, guys. Mary says, hey, Lucy. Mary, how are you? Jim Rat says, when I don't work, my job is to support my amigos on YouTube. That's awesome. I was mentioning some of you guys, you, Frenchie, just people I see supporting so many other people. Let's see, Kat says, yes, Frenchie is great. Hi, Frenchie, he is great. C4 says, would love to have members for my channel. Shout outs to join as my members. We got you. Boston says, thanks for having me. C4 says, good, Praveen, join me. Aim to reach 1 million. No doubt you'll do it. Praveen says, see for yourself. I'm also from India, sub-inspector, border security force. Sorry, guys, I'm working on catching up. Can't do now. That's okay, my friend. I appreciate you just stopping by and hanging out. Songhand says, hi to Mary. Boston Strong says, so Lucy, how are you? Optimop says, hello. It's nice to see you, my friend. Mary Gig says, say to Jim Rat. Carl says, goodbye. Carl, have a good night, my friend. Lucy is doing fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. Lucy, you deserve to be fantastic. C4 says, see for yourself. I'm about to jump into the world of dreams. It's 3:17 a.m. Well, you have a good night's sleep, my friend. It is, what, almost 6 o'clock here? Getting close. C4 says, sub squirrel. Tina says, C4 sleep well and take care. Boston says, thank you, squirrel. I appreciate it so much. We're going to bring up, let's see, C4 is up to Selena. Let's bring up Boston Strong's channel. Anyone have any questions about what we talked about with the gap? Beantown. I subbed to you, Boston. I subbed a little while back. Lucy says, sister friend will get there. You need 100K. Boston Strong says, I'm doing the best I can. Lucy, thank you for asking. Timo says, the Optimal family is only 98,900 subs away from 100K subs. Always thinking positive. Not bad for 2.5 months. Young channel. Thank you all. Not bad at all. Pretty awesome. Hey, Rhea Croats says, thank you. How are you? Mary says, been doing great now. They caught that guy that attacked me. I'm glad they caught him. Awesome. Sniper says, Eric, Boston only needed 14 more subs. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's turn out for our friend Boston. 14 to go. 13 more. You know what? I think, unless I already did this, let's make it easier. Our friend Boston is a moderator. Give me 1 second, guys. I might fall behind. I might fall behind in the chat. I'm already behind. Give me a second. $12 more to go, my friend. So we've done this before, guys. We have helped people hit some important numbers. So we know how to do it. Let's do it one more time for our friend. C4 says, do comments on my videos? Absolutely, I will. All of us will. Willis says, no problem, C4. Mary says, I had a guy attack me at a gas station. He tried to open the door and get me, and then he got in his vehicle and ended up pushing my car with his. It was insane. They got him. They put him in jail. Yeah, that was crazy. When you were sitting there in the parking lot and talking, my heart went out to you, my friend. Boston says, I have faith. I have faith. I know I can do this, not all by myself, so hopefully we can help out. We can. We're here for you. We got you back. Tina says, Mary, I'm sorry you got attacked. I'm glad they got caught. Me too. Optimob says, C4 connected. Nice, guys. Zephyr says, evening rare quotes. Glad to see you came back. Me too. Our good friend Nathan Hamlin shows up right when we need him the most, as he always does. Timo says, oh my God, Mary Giggs. Ray says, sorry, I'm just listening. Hey, feel free to jump in. Hey, Rhea, our friend Boston Strong needs 12 more subscribers to hit 500. What do you think about helping him, my friend? Hey, Chris. Mama Chris is here, says, hi, Yogi and everyone. She says, Mary, how scary. Mary says, sub you, Boston. Nice, guys. She says, yes, Chris. Tima says that guy would have fun with Max. Boston says, thank you so much, Eric. We really appreciate it so much. You're welcome. Mary says, I got a good cop. Willis says, hope all is good. Chris says, I hope you'll be okay from all this, Mary. It's traumatic. It is traumatic. Mary says, I subbed to Boston, so he probably needs 11. I still got him up, so let's find out. Still says 12 here on my end. Chris says, helping who, huh? Oh, right up above Boston Strong, 617. I can't do it on my end. If anyone wouldn't mind dropping Boston Strong's link, I'd appreciate it. Chris says, hi to everyone. Adam is here, sweating and smiling together. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, my friend. How are you? Chris says, hi to Mac. Lucy says, hi to Chris. Selena says, hi to Chris, too. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate that. So, Rhea, if you want, if you could subscribe to Mary's Gigs, drop the link, and it's for Boston Strong. Selena dropped the link as well. Frenchie says hi to Nature's dog. When I left Mary's live stream, Frenchie was 3 for 3 in the questions in the game. He was on a roll. Rhea says, "Will do. Thank you, my friend." Chris says hi to Frenchie, as does Mary. So let me know if anyone is interested in doing any breath work this evening. Is anything in particular you want to talk about? Otherwise, I'll just ramble on my usual themes of, well, Willa says, Yogi, can we do some breath work tonight? We absolutely can. Everyone really seemed to like the 4-2-6-2. It seemed to resonate with a whole lot of people. Chris says yes. So I know there was some people who weren't here in the afternoon, so they might enjoy if you guys don't mind doing it again. But this time, we would introduce that ujjayi breath, the ha breath, as we did, breathing in, making that ha sound for a count of 4, holding for a count of 2, exhaling for 6 with that ha. It'll add a very soothing element to an already soothing breath. Boston says, yes, please. You got it, my friend. So let me know when you guys are ready. No hurry. I'm going to live stream for at the very least an hour, and we're only halfway in, so we got plenty of time. Willow says, yeah, I love that breath. Yeah, it combines the breath retention, but a very easy breath retention, both ends of the breath. Vera says, I guess it doesn't hurt to try it. It doesn't. And it might be really beneficial. Willow says, when everyone else is ready. Gotcha. Mary says, okay. Boston Strong says, I'm ready. Chris, what about you, my friend? So for some of the new people, I should probably, Cena Celestial says, Yogi Eric, what made you think about the gap? A good friend of mine, conversation with a good friend of mine. And we were talking about meditation. And I wanted to put out there that the gap is a natural experience of who we truly are. And it happens naturally. We fall into it easily. But if we try it, if we strive for it, if we make an effort, we'll miss it because the effort actually precludes falling in the gap. It's the effort that keeps us out of the gap. Seemingly, we're never actually out of it. We exist within it. Hey, Hecker. Hecker, you were gifted a membership this morning. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the members channel. So there's a few people here who haven't done some of the breathing, so they don't know what I mean by the ha sound. But we're literally making that sound. It's like talking, having a conversation. If you were Darth Vader, you're making that, but with the mouth shut. Did you guys hear that breath? I think that was the best demonstration for this that I've done. I'll do it again. Selena says, you answered my question satisfactorily. I'm ready for breathing now. Nice. You can also fall into the gap just doing breath work, especially, yep, Willow's cat breath. We got a okay from Praveen. especially on the breath retention, you can slip into the gap nice and easy. So when you retain the breath, even for a count of 2, relax into that. And then keep your eyes focused right between the eyebrows. So I'm going to give that one more shot. Darth Vader breath. This is what you guys are going to sound like, but a little softer. I'm going to do it louder just to get it across. Now I'm going to do it with my mouth shut. You don't want to do that with the mouth open. It's a little hard on the throat, a little hard on the lungs. But nice and soft. No one needs to hear it but you. What's up, Rob? Rob needs help. We'll help you. We're going to do some breath work real quick, my friend. So we're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. My count. I'm going to guide everyone through it. We're going to hold the breath for a count of 2. We're going to exhale for a count of 6. We're going to hold the breath for a count of 2. If you want, you can lightly squeeze the nose. It's not a firm grasp. It's just very light, very light. That helps with relaxation. There's a science behind it. I won't go into the science, but it works. But only if you want to. Don't feel that you have to hold your nose. So we're in for 4, hold for 2, out for 6, hold for 2. We did 10 rounds last time. Let's do 10 rounds again. So for those who are participating, if you sit back straight, it doesn't have to be rigid, relaxed, and close your eyes. Allow your breath to settle naturally and easily, however it is you find yourself breathing. No effort to breathe any other way. And we're going to do a very quick body scan as you're breathing easily and naturally, allowing your breath to settle into a pattern. Put your attention on your temples and just notice if there's any tension. And if there is, send a little bit of light. Use your breath to send that light, extending light on the out breath, holding light back with the in breath, releasing any tensions from the temple all the way down into your jaw. Let that breath and the light travel to your shoulders. Everywhere the light touches is relaxed, at ease, from your shoulders all the way down to your fingertips. Relaxing with every breath. Your belly is rising and falling with the breath. Relaxed. Relax your hips, relax your glutes, all the way down to your toes. Everything's relaxed. Now bring your attention to your nose. If you're not nasal breathing, if you're not breathing in through the nose, make that little shift now. Breathe in through the nose, exhale through the nose. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. It's going to be my count. We're going to exhale. We're going to hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Hold for 2. Inhale, exhale. And here we go. Breathing in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold the breath for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 1, 2. Exhale, making that ha sound for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold the breath for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold the breath for 1, 2. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath for 1, 2. Last breath. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath for 1 and 2. Relax. Keep your eyes closed for just a moment more. Enjoying that sense of relaxation that you've created using just your breath, just your intent. And just settle in. Everything's relaxed, at ease, and will continue through the rest of the night. And when you're ready, open your eyes, join the chat. I hope it went well for everyone. Rob says I need a bunch of subscribers, and I also need everyone to check out my channel and my videos. You got it, Rob. If anyone here is not subscribed to our friend Rob, hey, Brian. Nice to see you. How'd your reps go? Danny's saying hi to everyone. Welcome, Danny. Brian says, so there again, chat. Selena says, heaven is the is this moment with you, Yogi Eric. Thank you for that wonderful, relaxing, guided meditation. You're welcome, my friend. Danny says, I'm doing good, enjoying the weather, Boston strong. Willis says, thank you, Yogi. I think that prefer the one we did earlier, but it helps a lot still. Gotcha. Chris says, thank you, Yogi. I'm so relaxed. I'm glad to hear that. That's what we're looking for. Selena says, hi to Rob. Boston Strong said to put up a few shorts up earlier today. Let's see where you stand subscriber wise. 11 to go, 489. So, hey Rob, you asking for some support? Could you lend some support as well to our friend Boston Strong? Boston Strong needs 11 more to get to 500. 500 is that first stage towards getting monetized, and then we work on watch hours. So then we work on getting the 1K, and then we work on getting 4K watch hours. But it all starts with 11 more subs. Lucy says, thanks, Eric. I feel great. Awesome. Nightmare says, what's the story, Yogi? Not much, Nightmare. How's your day been? Let's see. The Stardashians Misadventure says, just subbed your channel, man. How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for subbing. Much appreciated. Let's bring your channel up. And let's sub back. I'm hitting all those notifications. This is the About section, guys. Come right along with this crazy, wacky couple known as the Stardashians. This channel has a little bit of everything to make it sure to entertain you along the way. Shoot for the stars. Subscribe to our channel. You won't regret it. Share our channel with your family and friends and help us grow a community. Amen. You got it. Here's what to expect to our channel. Ride along, gig work. That's for you, Mary. Comedy, bloopers, games, and many more. Oh man, you are in the right place. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you. Hey, Fruit Season, how are you? Billy Fruit Season says, so Yogi Bro. Hello, my friend. I appreciate the like. Well, we got 30 likes. Let's see. Willow drops a link for Rhea quotes. Hey, Sam. Sam says, hi, guys. Nice to see you, Sam. The Stardashian says, thanks, man. Appreciate it. You got it. Looking forward to like I said, looking forward to hanging out. Stardashian says, hi to nature. Selena says, Brian Lane, connected to you, friend. Selena, Brian's been a good friend for quite some time. You're going to like Brian. You're going to like his channel a lot. He's a good guy. Sweating and Smiling says, to Rob, I subscribed. Nice. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to Boston Strong, too. Neymer says Brian has a great channel. He does. What I love about Brian is he's sincere. He's authentic. He's sharing his story, the good and the bad. He holds nothing back. Oh, let's see. Brian says, Eric, you, I think, skipped message. You asked how the reps were today. Yes, I probably did miss it. I apologize, Brian. Let's go back up. There we go. So today was my fastest record, 500 burpees in a little over 42 to 43 minutes. Wow. How do you feel at the end? Cypress says, greetings to Star. Brian, oops, I read that. That's incredible, Brian. Hey, Nightmare, did you hear that? 500 burpees in about 42 to 43 minutes. Stardashian says, hello, Selena, nice to meet you. Willow says, so I helped. Well, I tried. You did. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Willow. Selena says, Boston only needs 10 more subscribers, guys. Willow says, I subbed to everyone here. Thanks, Willow. Boston says, Brian, I subbed your channel. Brian subbed Boston Strong. Selena says, okay, I trust you, Yogi. I appreciate that. So actually says, Eric, you seem like a nice guy, dude. No lie, not to see why people told me to come to your channel. Well, thank you, Star. I appreciate people recommended to come in here to hang out. Hopefully, we can make it worth people's while. Nothing special. Just, we hang out, we breathe, talk about stuff. We celebrate my birthday every single day for some reason. Nightmare says that's incredible. Yeah. Brian is a machine with a huge heart, both physically and spiritually. Tina says, "Sorry, Yogi Eric is the real deal." Thank you, Selena. Village Food Season says, Boston Strong, hello. Speaking of awesome channel, guys, have you ever hung out on a live stream with Village Food Season? They make you feel like $1 million when you show up. 9 more to go, by the way, for Boston Strong. I absolutely love going. I try to get there every day. Village Food Season. Mary Giggs says, "Hey Tim." Mary Giggs doesn't say "Hey Tim," but I bet she will. Mary says, "I have to go, guys. I got a spark order. See you soon." Thanks for hanging out, Mary. Boston Strong says, "Village Food Season. How are you doing today?" Tina says, "He's so close, guys. Let's go." 9 more to go, guys. Says, "Stars, can you disclose your great friend with immaculate taste?" Star says, "Now only 9. Let me hit that refresh one more time. 9 more to go, guys. How you doing, Tim? Will says, "Oh yeah, I got my question. What was your question?" Brian says, "I was a little out of it, but better now. I feel the endorphins. What it is called a pleasant feeling." Mafia Jim, you dead says hi. Hey, Mafia Jim. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Village Food says, "Good Boston Strong." Brian says, "Thanks, guys." Nightmare says, "We definitely do celebrate a lot of birthdays here." We do. Chris is laughing. Stardashian says, "Not sure what you're referring to." Oh, I think he wanted to know who recommended the channel. Tim says hi to everyone. Rhea says, "Cool." Hey Rhea, hey Runner Boy, did you breathe along with us? How was it for you? What's up, Runner Boy? Where's the watch hours at, Runner Boy? Phyllis says, "How many times do you do breath work for yourself?" I'm trying to do it more. I do 1 in the morning, which is good, and at night, and of course with you. But yeah, I don't know if there's amount or what. I do it 3 times a day, same as you, morning, afternoon, evening, and therapeutically as needed. Meaning, if I feel stressed, if I feel a little bit of anxiety coming on, or if I need a pick me up, one of the earlier live streams, remind me, and we'll do a more high energy breathing technique to gain energy, to not bring us down, but to give the right amount of get up and go hormones that we need. Cena says, "Nightmare, yes, birthdays are important." Lucy says, "Say Village." Nightmare says, "I was in Village's live stream today. Felt very welcomed." Yeah, they just very warmly and enthusiastically welcome everyone that comes in. Brian says, "Oh, by the way, it's up to you as well." To Selena. Sniper says, "Sorry, I left you a comment on your latest post to link up. I forgot to take my supplements." Sardashian says, "I would like to get my channel just like yours, where nice people come in and we talk and no negativity. Sometimes there's a lot of negative talks on my channel, but which I'm trying to work on." That happens here as well, my friend. I think that's the nature of social media. I don't know if I have an easy answer for it, but like you just work through it, and we've all navigated through it. Of course, for me, everything is based upon forgiveness. Everything is based on being kind. So, not taking anything personally. Brian says, thanks, Nightmare, for stopping by my channel. I appreciate your support. Let's make it a little easier for you. People can reach out. Nightmare says, Selena, especially yogis, which is every day. Amazing. How my birthday is every day, and yet somehow I still feel so young. Jamie Brown was doing his yogi impersonation on his live stream today. Literally called me long in the tooth. Cena says, my birthday is in September, so mark your calendars, everyone. I will play Earth, Wind, and Fire for you. Take my supplement. I'm going all the way down to the bottom. Get the feeling that I'm very behind. I am, because I missed our friend Duncan. Busy on your stream today? It is a bit busy. Duncan, how are you? Our good friend, the $1 Billion Syndrome, Duncan Walsh. We got some love from Chris, says hello to Billion. I'm not skipping the above. I'm going to go up. Hey, CC. Tim says Stardashians. Nikki says Eric and Mrs. Lee. Hey, Nikki Lee, how are you? I enjoyed your morning live stream. Stardashian says, hi, Nikki. Maria says, it wasn't for me. Sorry, that's okay. It's not for everyone. Nikki says, Yogi, my dear. How are you, my friend? Chris says, hi to Cat and Jack. Tina says, just in case, oops, I read that. The birthday is in September. Cat says, I was watching an emergency helicopter pick up in my backyard. I hate the reason, but I love helicopters. Prayers for whatever the situation is. Cat, 2965 today. I'm going down. So hopefully after tomorrow, I'll start to go back up. Let's see. Aryan, did I say that right? Probably not. Said beer or rum. I don't drink anymore, but when I was drinking beer, particularly Rolling Rock, not exclusively. And to start things off with a shot of tequila back in the day. But that was 26 years ago, guys. Village Food says he was winner duck race, 100 views, my live, but you did not stay. Agent changed winner. I'm sorry I missed that. I'm glad someone got the win though. Let's see. Willis says, okay, I was making sure I was doing it right. You seem right on track. Boston Strong says, Squirrel, I subbed to your channel. So guys, make sure if you can subscribe to our friend Boston Strong, if you haven't yet. So Dashian says, thanks to the Wrenchman, you're welcome. Just thought it would be easier for you to connect with people and for them to connect with you. Brian says, so I use it as motivation when people said I look like a crackhead to go even further with my burpees. It's the way to do it, Brian. You know, I've always been impressed with your burpees from day one, the first time I saw your videos, but it's your heart. Man, it's your heart that gives me reason for full support for you. PC says, I went cray cray. You saw that. I took that live down. I'm still healing from that last relationship I was in. Yeah, I remember. The important thing is, though, Lucy, is you're healing. Nikki says, nature. Nightmare says, you're very welcome, Brian. Sorry I missed your comment. Brian says, so I think the haters, you made me fast and stronger. Oh, so I thank the haters. You made me fast and stronger. DC says, I drink rarely. Brian says, thanks, Eric. You're welcome, my friend. What's the thought of the day? It's a good question. I was going to bring up a Mother Teresa quote, if I can find it. Tina says, quick question. Why are burpees so popular? Asking from a female perspective. All right. Let me ask you a question. How was I? Frozen. Was it an awkward position? Did I look really awkward when I was frozen? Or was it passable? Neighbor says, your Higgy strolling again? So to answer Selena's question, going back in time, all you need is a floor. It's easily accessible. It works every single muscle in the body, and it's an awesome cardio workout as well. Just covers everything. We are frozen. Hopefully that's it for the night. One freeze and we're done. Boston Strong says, thank you so much, Eric. I'm very excited when I get to 500 subscribers. What do I do after? I'm just asking. We would need to work on your watch hours, which we will do. So we'll bring, here's what I would suggest. Make a playlist of some of your videos so that people can come and watch your playlist to help you with watch hours. You only need 8 more. Guys, Boston Strong is only 8 away. City says, you're frozen extremely handsome. I stared the whole time. Pure luck. Nightmare says, you getting good at that, Yogi? Willow says, sorry, back. Sniper says, it wasn't jazz hands, Eric. You were good. Let's see. Duncan says, thanks, Boston. Hey, are you into horror movies? Just been to your channel. Sort actually says, okay, Eric, see you later, man. Nice meeting you. Come anytime. Thank you, my friend. I'll be looking for your live streams. And I'll be checking your videos out for sure. Hey, Boston, how many watch hours are you at now? CC says, looking good. Thank you, CC. See, it says, dang it, we'll never understand why men loves burpees so much. Yeah, it's a great full body cardiovascular muscle building movement. One shot, one and done. I know a few women do burpees still. Let's see. Duncan says, how's the back, Eric? Still tweaky, but not really inhibiting. Yeah, there you go. You summed it up. It's, the more I do with the kettlebells, the better it seems to feel. And if it wakes up tweaky and I get in my kettlebell set, it always feels better after my first round of yoga. And then after my workout, it seems to set everything in place. Will says, "How are you, Yogi?" Will, I'm doing pretty good. Brian says, Duncan Walsh is another inspiration on moving quicker doing burpees. Yeah. 150 Navy SEALs in 20 minutes. Hey, Duncan, did you let Max know? Did you let the busy dad know that you hit that? Brian says Duncan Walsh is like lightning. Yep, agreed. We got some unicorns and hearts and rainbows. Lucy, thank you, Lucy. Brian says, yeah, it was frozen. Brian says, Duncan, you're one of the fastest I've seen in the burpee game. Yeah, he's up there. I put Duncan in the top 5. Duncan says, very slow lightning, Brian. Not with 100. There's only a handful of people who've done 150 seals in 20 minutes. All right, so we need to get you to 3,000 watch hours. If you can make a playlist, and we'll start watching some of the playlists for you. And then there'll be some other people to give you some good tips. Willis says, I do some burpees, so not the worst thing ever. I do prefer push-ups, but I mean, burpees is still good. I did burpees and push-ups today at the gym, and actually more stuff. Of course, more stuff. Remember, says, I prefer push-ups too, Yoda. Willis says, that's good. Right now, I'm preferring the kettlebells. It's nice to be back using the kettlebells again. I trained for about a decade for kettlebell sport. I put that aside when I got into ultra running. And after ultra running and during ultra running, I was doing a lot of body weight stuff. So 90 watch hours is a good start. We're going to get you to 3,000. Remember, says, same with me, Yoda. Yoda, I really do burpees, to be honest. Duncan says, I have 20-minute SEAL session tomorrow. Target for me. Top 150. What do you think? 151? Man, your pace is spot on. It's amazing. Quick glance at the watch, hit a rep. Quick glance, and then at the end, you just sprint it out. Cena says, what is a SEAL session? It is Navy SEAL burpees, where you go to do a burpee and you do a press up and you bring your, bye, Tandra, my friend Tandra, I've had you up all day. I'm just finishing up a Friday Live is Back, 3 hour and 17 minute. Hey, Selena, go visit Duncan's channel. Guys, by the way, Duncan has a, the reason he is $1 billion syndrome is he gives us let's say metaphor. I think it might be more of an allegory that if someone said, to do something for yourself, self-improvement project, you might balk at it. Well, maybe if I get around to it. New Year's resolutions, perfect example. If someone says, I will pay you $1 billion if you do this every day for a year, if you do this every day for 28 days, guess what? You would do it. No complaints. It's a point of wanting something bad enough. wanting to be in shape, wanting to be healthy, fit, and strong at whatever level you want it to be. So the $1 Billion Syndrome is a program that Duncan Walsh has that is 100% body weight, scalable, whatever fitness level you're at, he's got a program for you. It is based on high intensity interval training, and he has a 28-day fast track program. If you were to go there, if you were entered Eric 25, ERIC 25, you would get a discount on that 28-day fast track program. I highly recommend everything Duncan Walsh does. You want a reason why? Go watch Duncan. Check out Duncan's abs at the age of 50. Are you 59 yet? 50. I know you're 58. So he says Navy SEAL burpees. Okay, that sounds intense. It is intense. And 150 and 20 is insane. Duncan says, I want that Eric answer that with the description. So, Navy SEALs, you do like a regular burpee, you do your press up, you do like a single leg, you do a mountain climber. You do another press up, you do a mountain climber, and you do another press up, and you jump back up. Hey, Daisy. Daisy, how are you? Daisy, I'm really excited about that 4K. Brian says, also enjoyed watching my friend Pure Fitness. Pure Fitness is awesome. 69-year-old man doing burpees, even though he hasn't did it in a while. Brea says, yep. Hey, Anton. Anton Miles says, hey, Eric. Hey, everyone. Nice to see you, Anton. Tina says, I connected to you, Duncan. 59 in a few months. I'll be 60 in a month. Foster says, could I do some panels to get some watch hours? Yes. Lots of live streams. I had people watch my playlist. Quite a few people jumped in and helped. It was awesome. I also did a ton of live streams. Bullet says, Yogi, you're so amazing. Like a couple of days on the other live streams, you said, if I said something I like about you or something like that, well, I also like how true you are, my friend. Thank you, Willa. I always appreciate your support and the kind words that you have to say. Stina drops a link for Duncan's channel. And Duncan says, hey, for the program, I have a big discount offer on the site, and Eric has a code for a further 25% off. So he's got a big discount now, plus you get a further 25% off. And like I said, just go watch Duncan. You'll be inspired. Daisy says, I'm well. How are you, Anton? And Daisy says, I'm good. Thanks, my friend. Me too. So excited. Especially right now, we're on the cusp. Nightmare says, hashtag Yogi for president. I don't know if people would like the changes. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, I was talking about you earlier. I was talking about the impression and the long in the tooth comment. Cena says, Duncan, which month? I'll add you to my birthday calendar. Daisy says, but I have much work to do on my channel. What do you need to do, Daisy? Cena says, I know that's impressive, Duncan, but everyone knows Yogi is my #1 yogi. There can be room for two. I don't mind sharing the spotlight with Duncan. His birthday is in July. Cena says, so I exercise, sir. I walk, I swim, I dance, I do light weight training, and I dabble in calisthenics. Nice. Boston Strong says, okay, because I'm very new on here, so I really appreciate your help so much. I'm not the greatest YouTuber. However, I am friends with some of the greatest YouTubers. And they come here and they will definitely help you out. Bria says, what's the best thing you talk about on this stream? It depends. We do talk a lot about fitness. We talk a lot about working out. Fair share of burpees. But my channel is about one thing. It's not burpees, even though it's in the name. It's not kettlebells, although I'm loving my kettlebells. It's about kindness and the different ways of expressing that kindness. So I got Just a Yogi because yoga is one of the ways, one of the avenues I explore. It calms the mind, it calms the body, gets me in touch with spirit that allows me to be kinder. Josh says, Jay scares me. Jay scares everyone. Well, how you doing, Josh? Daisy says, just a few things I want to do. It takes time because I'm tech stupid. Me and you both. I'll be honest. I don't know how much more I can do on my channel because of being tech phobic. I've had some good suggestions from people that I just don't seem to be able to wrap my mind around. Also, I might be a little bit lazy, to be honest with you. Nightmare says, older guys with great physiques, such as Brother Jace, motivates the hell out of me. 41. Hey, Nightmare, have you looked at Duncan's? Go check out Duncan's abs. Brian says, Nature Dog has a great channel, just sub. Hey, Brian, she's a lot of fun to hang out with. Everything she does, just hanging out with Chris it's a privilege. The same with Daisy May. Hey, Brian, are you subscribed to Daisy May? Jamie says, hey to Daisy. Don't forget, while we're putting out fitness names, Jamie Brown is one of the most innovative people out there. Jamie finds a way to use almost everything for every muscle group. Fitness bands, body weight, rucksacks. Cena says kettlebells are so heavy, but I will be the sacrificial lamb who must watch all your heroic men lifting those burdensome kettlebells. That was very poetic. That might be the most poetic thing about kettlebells ever written. Fred says, nice, I like yoga. Nice. I talk a lot about yoga. That's what the breath work, it's all from yoga. It's all pranayama. Brian says he also talks about baseball. Got to read that book you said, was it? Sid Finch, yes. The Curious Case of Sid Finch. Funny. Brian, you're the only person I talk baseball with. And Reaper's the only person I talk football with. Tina says, hello to Just to Josh. Bula says, I might need to go soon. It's only 10:46, 11. I still need to clean my guinea pig cage out. Yeah, I need to change the kitty litter. But I'm going to do it tomorrow. We're going to wrap things up here, too, in just a few minutes. Brian says, let's see. Oh, Duncan says, do you have any burpee challenges, goals at the moment, Brian? Brian says, no, I'm just training for the Holy Grail event, April 26th. Although I've done it twice, once 2 weeks ago and one last week. 1,000 burpees and 500 burpees today in a little over 42 minutes. Brian, I'd love to see how many Navy SEALs you could get in 20 minutes. Brian says, breathing work just didn't work earlier. Well, Rhea, tomorrow we'll try another one. We'll try something different. We'll see if we can find one that works best for you. Duncan says, "Hey, Daisy." Daisy says hi to everyone. Daisy says, "Nice name there, Boston. Let's see where Boston is subwise. Maybe he's gained one or two. We're trying to get Boston to 500. He's 8 away. Is anyone here not subscribed to our friend Boston?" Rhea says, "Hi, Daisy," and says, "Okay." So, Ryan, what kind of yoga do you practice? Boston says, "Thank you, Daisy." Brian says, "Oh, I found Daisy and just subbed. Nice, Brian." Let's see. Duncan says, "Everyone here should make a big gesture to Eric for all of his time and effort and support to people here. They should join his members area." Thank you, Duncan. Duncan's one of the reasons why I have a members area. He really explained it very nicely on the purpose of doing it. It's been a little while. It's been well before I was monetized. I'm going to say maybe close to 2 years. I've been friends with Duncan, and he's been a huge inspiration and a big help to my channel. Tina says, "I agree. Duncan Walsh, Yoga Eric is incredible, and everyone needs to buy a membership, only if you can. If you can. It's $1.99. I hope to make it worthwhile." Here's both Duncan and Eric Lapointe explain this, because I had a hard time starting a membership channel, because I thought, how could I have a membership channel when all I talk about here? So I wouldn't be talking about anything different. Thank you, Nightmare. I appreciate that, my friend. Bullet Fruit Season says on. But as Duncan and Eric explained, that you would still talk about it here. I would still talk about it here. But when I'm on my members channel, that's all I talk about. So, here we have fun. We bob and we weave. But on the members channel, it gives me that pinpointed, concentrated discussion. And that made perfect sense. Brian says, "Well, one day I'll do it, Eric. I just kind of haven't been doing Navy SEALs so much lately. I did maybe on Saturday. Just been doing regular one pumps lately." Gotcha. It says Yogi's channel. Let's see. Oh, Yoda's channel. Village Food says, "Nightmare, thanks. Big thanks." Please. Let's see. Yogi Eric is hot. That might be a bit of an exaggeration. I will settle for, Selena, how about I'll settle for lukewarm? Slightly tepid. Duncan says, "There's a $4.99 option. That is the one I got, people." And I very much appreciate that, Duncan. Brian says, "Something I learned from Bruce Lee to focus on one like he would focus on the kick." Yep, I heard he used to do, like, he would want to work on jabs, and he would just do hundreds and hundreds of jabs. Chris says, "I can't remember the name of it, but I do it in the morning. I just get so used to it now, I forgot the name, because I'll never tell anyone, so I don't need to call it a name." That makes sense, and you don't need to call it a name. I do mine very early in the morning, too. I'm glad that you do it, though. Nightmare says, "Lentils, sir." Appreciated. The wonderful thing about lentils, they're not real expensive, and You get a whole lot. Nightmare says, let's go, Selena. Will is laughing. Slammer says, tepid. Tepid. I will settle for tepid. Selena says, such. Take the compliment, Yogi Eric. Okay, I will. I will. Thank you. Daisy says, Nightmare and Selena, you're very giving people. They are. They certainly are. Nightmare says, thanks so much, Daisy. Zipper says, thousands of jabs, Eric, not hundreds. That's what made Bruce Bruce. Thank you so much, Duncan. You guys are awesome. Zipper says, you beat me. Daisy says, oops, I read that. Willis says, how's everyone going? Nightmare says, thanks so much, Daisy. Oops, I read that. I read that. Ray says, yeah, it's what keeps me going. So I'm glad we got to talk about Rhea. I talk about yoga quite a bit. My entire life's been devoted to yoga. Hey, Toy Pups. Toy Pups says, can't stay but send in love. Thank you, my friend. I was talking about you. Hey, Boston Strong. Hey, Toy Pups, if you can stay for one instant, our friend Boston Strong needs another subscriber. We're trying to get him to 500. He's at 492. Hey, Boston Strong, when you see Toy Pups in the channel, she's the one to talk to about YouTube. She can definitely answer all your questions on how to grow your channel. Look at the love from Toy Pups. Brian says, have a blessed day, Toy Pups. Stina says, sweating and smiling. Hello again. Hey, Adam. Brian says, every night instead of drinking after work with coworkers, been going home, meditating and sipping tea, listening to Bruce Lee, and sometimes I'd have weed at night. It's a good way to spend the evening. When I quit drinking, that's largely what I did. Was I meditated, I wrote, and I read. Of course, it worked out. Tina says, squirrel sniper, hundreds and thousands, like the sprinklers. That's what they call it here. My cat's saying it's time for me to go to bed. Willow says, y'all amazing, my friends. I agree. I agree, Willow. Cena says, sniping has for birthday parties. Goya says, yeah, I got into yoga at a young age, and I just keep doing it, and now it's part of me. Me too. I started doing yoga when I was about 11 years old. I bought a book, Teach Yourself Yoga. My mom was skeptical. She never ever tried to talk me out of a book. She was a teacher, always encouraged me to read everything and anything, but she sort of was like, maybe you want another book. But for some reason, that was the book for me. Brian says 478 breathing. 478 breathing. Nice. We did that yesterday. Nightmare says you're amazing. Also, Yoda, she certainly is. Boston says Toy Pups, sub to your channel. Hey, if you show up on her live stream, let her know that you sub to her here. Let her know that you're a mod here. She might have already had to head out. And then just ask her any question. Willow says, I guess Nightmare. Hey, Willow, we can see it. We can see it in you, my friend. Flip Up says, read me, Selena. Hey, a Nightmare is a very insightful person, Willow. So if he sees that you're amazing, if you don't believe it yourself, believe Nightmare. Brian says, I sub to you now as well, Yoda. Willow says, love my black kitty fur babies. You hear mine making all that noise? Cena says, toy pups. Brian says, nice to meet you, Yoda. Chris says, when I was younger, my family used to hate that I did yoga. And I just said, listen, because something in me just wanted to learn more. And now every day. That's awesome. My parents, they didn't think about it one way or the other. They pretty much always accepted me for being weird. My mom would have loved to have changed me. As a matter of fact, she suggested, maybe firmly suggested. I don't know why though. I was just me. Willis says, I have sub to you, Brian. Cena says, rare quotes, that's amazing. I'm glad you're here. Me too. Zipper says, rare quote, it's a shame your parents thought that way. Yeah. Brian says, thanks, Yoda. Yoda says, yeah, but I just don't think I am good, though. I hate it. Take your time. Remember we did that loving kindness meditation, meta? We need to do that more. Did you ever see that film Predestination? I didn't see it. I remember we talking about it. Yeah, a few months ago you mentioned it. I'm writing it down. I do like Ethan Hawke. Lucy says, I love being weird. Me too. Brian says, oh man, I forgot to say Eric LaPointe been on fire with burpees lately. Yep. Eric is a machine. Nightmare says, you just can't see it, Yoda, but it's there. You'll see it one day. Have faith in yourself. Awesome, Nightmare. Well said. Cena says, Duncan Walsh, no, but I think Ethan Hawke is a great actor and very good looking. He's been mentioned that. He mentioned that to me a couple months ago. Ray says, yeah, my parents are dead now. Sad, but happens, though, years ago. But yeah, it was sad. But it's keep pushing myself. My parents have passed away too, my friend. Someone says, what's wrong with being a little weird? I resemble that comment. You do resemble that comment. Sweat and Smiling is a sweat graffiti artist. If you watch his live streams when he's working out, he will sweat. Sometimes it's a perfect heart. Once, and I kid you not, it was Mickey Mouse. Sweating and Smiling, Adam, sweated a Mickey Mouse emblem on his t-shirt. That's true graffiti art, guys. Selena says, positive self-talk. You are all beautiful, smart, clever, kind, and important people, Selena. Or absolutely. Everyone says, I can email a link to watch it if you want. Sure. Thank you, Cyper. Tina says, Lucy, me too. Weird is the way. Eric Point says, Brian a Nightmare. I appreciate that, guys. They call it like they see it, Eric. Nightmare says, I agree, Brian. Brother LP is a machine. Cyper says, that got him out of hiding, Eric LaPointe. Eric LaPointe says he also sweat a heart. He does. Thank you, Eric. We just got 10 joules from Eric LaPointe. Much appreciated. Nightmare says, there goes the legend right there. Chris says, yeah, but I didn't let them get to me. There were many times they pushed me down, but I kept fighting. I'm glad you did, Rhea. Brian says, hey, you're very welcome, Eric LaPointe. It's been great seeing you, brother, grinding like that. Just think, Brian Lane, last year, you, me, Duncan, Squirrel Sniper, Probably because I go live every single night, and I've done over 1,000 live streams in a row, and I've never taken a day off. We were probably having a conversation this time last year, this day, with Eric Lapointe, and he had not done a single burpee. None. And now look at him. If that's not a testimonial to what can happen if you just start doing something, whatever it is. If you want to be a painter, paint. Don't think about it. Don't read books about it. Pick up a brush and paint. Sniper has renewed his membership. Thank you, Sniper. Thank you so much. He's been a member for 4 months. I'm back. Didn't know if I was going to make it that time. Well, 43 thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. Kat says, uh-oh. Point says, Brian is on your way live today. You, my friend, are the machine. Nightmare says, come on, Yogi, enough for the trolling. I don't know. There's just something in me that's gotta do it every so often. Nightmare says, my favorite thing about Brother LP is that he does it with a smile on his face. And he says hi to every single person. Doesn't matter what rep he's on, he will say hi to every person that comes in. Brian says, Eric Lapointe is a burpee machine. Cena says, I just subscribed to Brian Lane. He's a burpee king. Excellent. Brian says, thanks, Selena. And thanks, Eric. Hey, Brian really is a burpee machine, no doubt. And he has power to spare. He's one of the most powerful burpee practitioners out there. But, again, I gotta mention, Brian's one of my all-time favorite people in the world because of what he's been through. I won't talk about it now. It's his story to share. And I hope he comes on and shares it sometime. He's talked about it here before. He talks about it on his channel. But guys, not everyone would have survived what Brian survived. He pulled himself out of the hole. Purposely so. He's dedicated his life to putting that message out for other people. If he can do it, you can do it. He's a meditator, does breath work, loves nature. He's a deeply, deeply spiritual person. He's a caring and loving person. Proud to call him a friend. He says he made it. Semper says, Selena, the Burpee King may show up any second. Boston says, thank you everyone who subbed to me. I really appreciate it so much. You're welcome, my friend. You are at, let me check. You're at 493, 7 more to go. Toy Press says, Squirrel Sniper, yes. Duncan says, same as to the point. Gorilla says, laughing, our cats are meowing, telling us to go to bed. It's funny because my cat started that and then my dog started barking. Let's see. Is there a burpee queen? Burpee knight at burpee's page? I would say, I guess that Buddha Namaste is probably the burpee queen, right? Oh, I didn't realize I was behind it. Selena says, Squirrel Sniper, congratulations on the membership. Brian says, it's okay, Eric. I don't mind you talking about me. Here, maybe I can hop on the live as well sometime. Like we were saying, if you're free tomorrow afternoon, coming up. So Brian Lane suffered the throes of addiction. He did it all. He shot up. So much so, he ended up in prison. Here's the amazing thing. Prison didn't break Brian at all. He came out something different and in such a positive, loving. You will not meet a more loving person than Brian Lane. And it's just amazing. So support his channel because you're supporting his message. His message is recovery. His entire channel. The burpees, his talks, nature, it's all geared on recovery. And as he says, if he can do it, you can do it. If you don't think you can do it, Brian will take your hand and show you how to do it. Lisa said, swords all in the same suit, Selena. So I'm going to have to wrap things up, guys, I think. Hey, Monkey Man. Namaste, everyone. Namaste to you, my friend. My cat won't take much more of this. Eric Point says, Duncan. Willa says, laughing. Everyone here is so amazing. I agree. Toy Pups says, shout out to the Yogi. Thank you so much, Toy Pups. Toy Pups is flying blind still. Brian says, I will send you that that maybe, Eric, you will receive a link from Transfer Now to download it. Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate that. Brian says, I've been doing lives lately, Selena. Selena says, Monkey Man, hello. Lucy says, Queen of Burpee Swords, Queen of Burpee Swords, Queen of Burpee Swords, Selena. Selena says, what an amazing story, Brian Lane. You sound like an amazing human. He is, for sure. And there is a link for Boston Strong, who still 7 away, guys. Thanks for dropping your link, Boston Strong. Kat says, good night, Yogi. Good night, Kat. It was awesome talking to you today. Boston says, I'm very happy to be in the live. Thank you for having me. Absolutely. Anytime. Kat says, Nama weird. Nama weird to you, my friend. Brian says, thanks, Lena. Nice to meet you. DC says there are some sword cards that are not so positive. If that pops out, but like the Tower card. Interesting. Stephen says, Selena, the Celestial, the house from underneath Mr. House from underneath me. Emma says, Night Willow, and think about what I said. Have faith in yourself. We're all amazing in our own way. Thank you for that parting comment, Nightmare. Selena says, listen, Nightmare, he knows what he's talking about. He does know what he's talking about. As well, listen to Selena. Hey, think of that name, Selena the Celestial. She knows things. So she's seeing who you really are, Willow. Nightmare is seeing who you really are. I'm seeing who you really are. Harm none. Agreed. Agreed. It's the first principle of yoga, ahimsa. All right, guys, there you go. Selena says it. She knows things. She does. Nightmare says, thank you, Selena and Yogi. Absolutely, Nightmare, and thank you. This is, hey, I blanked out, but it wasn't long that time. The amazing, energetic Joshua. Selena says, I see you, Willow. Semper says, that includes yourself. Myself? Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, Eric. Selena says, I see all of you. I appreciate that. Boston says, I know a few things. No doubt. I have no doubt about that, Boston. Joshua says, how are you? We're good, Joshua. I'm just wrapping things up. I'm sorry that I missed you. Let's see. Lucy says, like, empathic. Selena says, Selena is empathic. She is. As are you. Zipper says, harm none includes oneself. Yes. 100%. Let's say, Sniper, remind me. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Let me bring up the 5 yamas and the 5 niyamas, which are the ethical principles of yoga, and maybe offer those to our friend Willow and see what she thinks. Hey, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash, it's been a few days. Hope you're well, my friend. Selena says, good night, Yogi Eric. Great live stream, handsome, and love to you. I'm still thinking about the concept of the gap. Take care, everyone. Hey, remind me, we can talk more about it tomorrow morning if you want. Nightmare says, Selena is awesome, but that's just stating the obvious. Agreed. 5 and 5. Okay, gotcha. Joshua says, I'll be there tomorrow, at least one full live stream. Thank you, Joshua. I will be looking for your live stream tomorrow. Also says, I know I'll get to 500 subscribers tomorrow, I hope. Hey, Joshua, our friend Boston Strong is only 7 away from reaching 500. If you don't mind maybe subscribing, I know he'll return the favor. Joshua says, Selena, the Celestial, hello and goodbye. Sniper says, definitely Boston. Nightmare says, thanks for the stream, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the love. Much appreciated. Joshua says, on my way. Awesome. Much appreciated. Hey, Boston Strong, we have the amazing, energetic Joshua on the case, and he's a game changer. Troutmaster says, howdy, what's this channel about? It's a good question. You look like a master splinter. Don't know what that means. We talk about fitness, we talk about yoga, we talk about mindfulness and meditation, forgiveness and kindness. Not in any particular order. Welcome. We're wrapping things up for the night. Lucy says, have a great night. Yogi Eric, you too, Lucy. Let's sniff some ants. I'm on my way. Thanks, guys. Again, thanks for the love. We're going to see everyone later.